This is going to be a dramatic reading of a soliloquy from the Shakespearean tragedy Macbeth. A love letter? My cosplay carnival 2023 memorable experience. For your information, while reading this, you'll cringe a lot. You have been warned. The events of the day are almost done. Attendees are getting fewer by the minute. Same goes for cosplayers too. Much lower for ones that stands out among the rest. As I'm idling in the corner, witnessing all of these unfold, a ka-ching cosplayer passed by me. Of all the same ones I saw that same day, she was the prettiest in my eyes. I saw her full body flash that lasted an eternity. Then it hit me. The day's ending and I have yet made a memorable moment in this special occasion. Unlike the first and previous convention that I went, asking cosplayers for a picture suddenly became a tall hurdle. It may be because the first scene I arrived to is someone getting turned down for it. The person was rejected politely though. It was not really something unexpected, seeing as the cosplayer is literally swarmed with people. She checked one of the booths and then proceeded to continue entertaining her crowd. Never had I seen her again for the next 6 hours I spent there, but then, the whole venue is packed with people, so I couldn't really tell. Being the introvert that I am, I only grew more excessively conscious of asking for such a request, or even anything as close to interacting to anyone for that matter.
Hey, Boche! Is there you?
When my earlier realization hit me, another thought came to mind. One that told me that would I miss this chance, I'd be regretting it deeply. And so, I perceived time flow once again. She, the purple spectacle that had stolen my eyes, is already in a considerable distance from when I last captured her beauty. Without really thinking much, the next second, I already saw myself made a literal leap then a quick jog to catch up to her. The sight of her and the exit seemed like it stirred an emotion buried deep within my heart. In turn, slowly, she turned around to face the voice slightly calling out to her in desperation. Albeit slightly baffled by the unsuspecting stranger subtly speeding, what comes next was something that even in my wildest dreams I could not expect. She bloomed into sunshine and struck a peace sign beside me while stirring like a maiden in love. As she does her little spin that seemed like a dance of a flower fairy, she softly but enthusiastically said,
"Here comes a peace sign."
My heart melted. Went short-circuit even. At least my brain was able to handle that first and last stimuli. I mean, who the fuck even does that? I've seen no one in my lifetime except for this adorable creature right in front of my own eyes. I got hit with a surprise attack, and that is just unfair. Oh, how I wish I am in the slightest bit exaggerating here, but that would be an insult to the courage and effort she worked up to do what she did. She didn't even strike me as someone capable of unleashing such a devastating ray of light. She seemed well behaved and docile. What happened next is a complete disaster on my part. I whispered her a simple request. I asked her if we could do the infamous meme where I was supposed to put out a heart sign and she does a thumbs up. She didn't hear it the first time. I said it again clearly and calmly. She still seems she hasn't picked up on that either. She imitated what I was explaining with my hands. we unexpectedly played rock, paper, scissors, except there's only two options. The both of us have gestured alternating thumbs up and half heart in total chaos and confusion. She had to put up with this weird interaction for a few seconds until she suddenly gave a steady pair of another half of a heart. Except there's really no audible sound, so I hesitantly signaled an awkward thumbs up to the one taking her photo to see if it's already taken. I got an okay. With a thanks, we parted ways. Also, I thought. I resumed my rounds of the booths. Every so often I would spot the same ka-ching cosplayer at the corner of my eyes. I could completely tell despite my horrible eyesight, since she's the only one wearing a pink mask with that outfit around that time. I think our eyes met all those times despite not really even able to say for sure. Am I being over self-conscious? Highly unlikely. With a slight panic, I hurried over near the entrance and exit area, which is mostly empty, subtly verifying if my assumption is true. When I looked back, I saw her again. With a vague sense of guilt, I fled hurriedly. Then I came to another realization. I keep talking to her in mixed Filipino and English, since it's the mainstream language in this country and the only one I'm obviously used to communicate verbally. Never did she once uttered any Filipino word. Her first words to me probably even isn't in English. In this hazy memory of mine, I'm assuming it's in Chinese from that accent. How did I understand that in the first place? I don't know. What I'm certain is that she was so lovely that I wish I could cherish the moment for an eternity. Now it's only stored in my flimsy memory. But this realization came too late, as an unsuspecting cowardice completely took reign of myself. I am ashamed. Massively. These exact thoughts keep ringing in my head as I'm waiting for the state that's also running late. Might be fate poking fun at me. I ordered this likely luxurious meal at a nearby fancy restaurant, one that's only across the road from the venue, where I could gaze upon the same place and rethink how exactly I ended up in this scenario. In an attempt to psych myself up before returning to the scene where I was left with a new scar in my heart. It's a beautiful one, and I'm glad to have it. It's a proof that I could be a better man, a better person, for another wonderful person I might come across again in the future. Informing a staff about my meal that has been delayed, it's okay. As expected, it looks as fancy as its price, except it tasted too bland. I partook of the sides and mixed some spice in, but it's as tasteless as before. Is it a punishment for being such a wuss that I had always hated in anime that I watch? Not even halfway through, I lost my appetite. But that didn't stop me from consuming the entirety of it. It's not about the price. I knew that I still had a battle to be fought in front of me. The day might have ended, but under this night sky, I still wished to face the monster I had in myself. I returned to the convention, not really expecting anything. Just wanted to be there until the last second. It might be a slight salvation I am seeking. Perhaps even as far as another shot to make up for the precious moment that I ruined myself. To make up, with the marvelous person that made it possible. But alas, such is reality. If this isn't those romance shows I love, these two people would miraculously meet once again. We did not see each other again. Perhaps in the eyes of the Grand Schemer, the time is not yet ripe. He can't be more right. I too believe that I couldn't do better by eating just a piece of luxurious meat. Life isn't like a game where one premium consumable would give us life-changing buffs. But that's not what's truly in my head. It's simply the guilt eating deeper in me. For failing to reciprocate the effort of such person, I'm still weak and pretty much ordinary. So until people like me change for the better, I hope amazing people such as the one I met doesn't somehow lose heart when such case happens, and continue to shine as they are. As final remarks, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the organizers of this event for making it possible. To everyone, the attendees, that as good as the lifeblood of this event, and finally the one who left a memorable mark in me, the Yuheng herself, the Kaching cosplayer. Hopefully wishing these thoughts and feelings could reach her. And lastly, my sincerest apologies if I may have offended you in any way. Thus concludes a dramatic reading